Hey, what's me, the Lucky Viewer, and well, if you could take a guess, here we are with my review of Fate Extella Link. Now, I'm going to go over the good, what I found fun about the game first, before I go over the negative stuff. So, first off, let's just go ahead and knock this out of the park. The Blake gameplay is good. If you don't care about the story, if you don't care about and stuff, you just want to know how good is the gameplay in XL Link. It's pretty good. Revamp mechanics, revamp how the drive system works and how Noble Phantasms work, make them, spammable. Kind of like arcade, except, in order to gain Noble Phantasm points, you gotta go into drive skill. And of course, by gaining your drive skill, you gotta kill enemies. And once you're in drive skill, you can, of course, kill enemies to get Noble Phantasm stuff. Not that Luckily, still, if you don't feel like that, there are more often not drop Noble Phantasm boosters along the map, so you can just go grab them. Another thing I like is a bit of a challenging thing, but a bit of an oddity, but I like it. Skill pods. Basically, you have these little vaults on the map where you can basically get more skill things, install skills for free. All you gotta do is kill a certain amount of enemies while you're in the ring, and then the ring will disappear. And once it's filled up, and you can get like up to like 5 or 6 skills. They've actually increased the install skills setting, actually adding a new type of skill called, I guess, it's the Greek E looking leather. So there's basically a tier 3 install skill, rather than just being stuck with the tier 2 stuff. There's also new type of ability. You got your AoE, your short range, your long range, medium range stuff. Skills are separated into these different types of abilities, and class install skills more or less give certain bonuses to certain skills. Also, the active skills are no longer stuff you have to combo into. You can actually just they're more like abilities. You can just you can use them on the fly rather than having to combo into them. There's still a combo system into it, but I've more or less found often and not the combos and combo systems are not really worth it. So it's more often not you'll just be using your active skills. Subtitles for Noble Phantasms. Something they advertised in Extella but never delivered on. They advertised in Extella Link, and they delivered. We're still missing the gameplay subtitles, but I'm willing to just take Noble Phantasm subtitles, simply because I would often hear Nero or Totamo say something different whenever they used the Noble Phantasm, and I was always like, what are they saying? Why don't I know Japanese so I can figure out what they're saying? Why don't I know Japanese? I know some Japanese words, but not all of them. You got your bond stuff, and instead of the room events, you got conversations. It's not exclusive to, Totamo, Nero, and Altor this time. It's now all servants have stuff to talk about. You can talk to more or less all your servants. Once you beat the main story, and once you've seen all the servants, they will all appear in your main base. Speaking of your main base, you can the free roaming area. It's actually kind of nice. More often than not, you'll just teleport from place to place, but it's just nice to see your servants in like the small area. It's always nice to see that. I'm trying to think. Again, it's been a few days since I last played, so bear in mind I'm still trying to. It's still fresh in my mind, but I'm again slowly slipping away. Um, Oh. Takano actually being on the map and actually, being able to defend and actually, she does stuff. She's not like there. She's actually, she can get attacked. Like more often than not, she's gonna get attacked. Or there's a certain map on an there's a certain part on a certain map that where Lancelot literally kidnaps Takano. Okay, but more often than not, she's just there. But again, it's just nice, she's not like stuck in the regalia. Like a little bit more lively action. She's not, oh, I'm just here for support. I don't like. You could do. She still does co-cast, but she's, on the field. Speaking of the Hawkinos, again, they got voice actors this time after almost 10 years. This would be year number 9. They finally speak. They actually have in-game voices. They actually speak. They don't speak in cutscenes, but in-game when you're playing, they'll actually talk. They'll have lines and stuff. So it's like, they finally talk. The Hakuno is mute meme is finally dead. We can finally take it out around back and shoot it in the head and kill it for the stupid meme that it was. Even though, because Hakuno could talk from the beginning, people was just too stupid to understand what was being said. Everyone believed she was mute, except she wasn't. Now she's not mute. She speaks. They speak. The meme is dead. We can kill it now. Hooray! That was like one of the first reactions, like, oh, they talk now. Yes, that meme can die. We can kill the Hakuno's mute meme. Down with the meme. Down with the meme. Trying to think of anything else. I don't think so. I mean, I like how, like, another thing I like is that, like, certain servants will have certain quests, and you can pick them up, and they'll basically give you, if you complete them, they give you 2 instead of 1. That speeds up, grinding for a bond, makes it a lot easier to do that. Oh, the power system is not just it's not just like, oh, this you can power up any servant to whatever level now. Or it's much more convenient. You can choose what level to start off with, but the downside is, of course, you're always going to be the same level as your max level servant. So you can't go overpower. You can't just instantly make one's character just level 99. No, you got to get to level 99 with one character or whatever the max level is. Because I saw there's a like in one of the extra bells, the the recommended level is level 150. So I wonder what that's gonna be all about. Is the max 150? Is it 200? What's the next level? Because you're gonna have to get to that first, and then you can level up your favorite servant to that max. I think that's all I wanted to say. The soundtrack's pretty good, but that's per usual with Fate. They usually they more or less have that down to a beat. Stupid cat. Sorry, cat freaking scratched my foot. Being a little butthead. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to talk about? Any other things I want to talk about before I move on to the negative stuff? Because I got a lot of negative stuff that I want to talk about. I don't think so. If something comes up, I'll bring it up, but I think that's all the positives I have for the game. So let's move on to the negatives. First off, way too much focus on Charlie Mage. I mean, they focused on Altura in the last game, but they never focused on her as much as they focused on Charlie Mage. It's like Nero and Tatamo they're just there for the ride. More or less. They're just there for the ride. They're not, they're not like they've just sort of shoved to the side. Oh, also, thanks, Marvelous. Thanks for literally shoving Alterra out of the story after we spent an entire game trying to literally trying to save her. We spent an entire game trying to save her. Ha, the little body of Hakano Kishinami had to make the ultimate sacrifice only just to make sure she had a chance at survival and all this other crap. And the first thing you do in Extella Link is literally have her go to the enemy side and just do nothing for the entire for literally 2/3 of the entire story. She does nothing. She's there, she exists, but she does nothing. Thanks for that, Marvelous. Thanks for making the Adventures of Fate Extella freaking pointless in this game. And while we're on the subject of Stella, Archimedes, Elizabeth, you want to explain why you want Elizabeth isn't corroded anymore, or why Archimedes is actually being a good guy? You guys want to explain that? I know this takes place in an alternate timeline where Archimedes apparently didn't get involved, but yeah, how about no? Archimedes was probably one of the few servants that we could actually say is just horrible. Is just a horrible, horrible servant who's actually just pure and utter evil. Again, you kind of wrote yourself. You guys wrote yourself in the corner in the last game. I can understand that, but retroactively retconning him to not, be bad. Why? Why would you want to do that? Why would you do that? That's not the cat's message from the store. But seriously, why would you do that? If, like, this game does a lot. If this game ends up doing a lot of damage to Extella, just because of what happens in it. Like Ultra goes off to stay at Carl's place. Our person is just fine. Like Hawkino was fine with it. It was like, no. If this Hawkino was the same Hawkino as from before, she was like, no, we're going to go get her back. A version of me died in order to make sure she was safe. I'm not just going to let her just go to do whatever she wants. I'm not going to let that happen. At least that's what I feel Akino should have done. Instead, she's like, oh, well, this random guy who I've never met, who I've never seen, just tell me, knows who also just went to, says, oh, she'll be fine. He's not going to harm her. It's like, I don't even know you. So you may have just saved my life, but I don't know you. You don't know her. You don't know what I've had to go through to make sure she's safe. We're not going to just ban her. I'm going to go save her, whether you like it or not. It's like Hakino doesn't really, she acts like herself, but at the same time, she doesn't act like herself. It's bizarre. Seriously. It's like whoever wrote the Fate Extella didn't bother to look at Extella, whoever wrote Extella Link didn't bother to look at Extella and just wrote this. And again, like I said, Tamamo and Nero, they take a back seat in the story. This is more like Charlemagne's show from start to finish. It's kind of irritating how much attention this guy gets. I get it. He's supposed to be the big servant of this game. But that doesn't mean you just put the two main servants, nay, the three main servants who have been literally the main stars of this show, on the back burner. You don't. You don't do that. And speaking of three, how about we talk about Gilgamesh and how he's literally not in this game? No, don't get me wrong. He is playable. But if you're expecting him to make an appearance and become a playable servant within the actual story, without you having to bust out, servants you're not supposed to be using, who's not actually a part of the main story, guess what? You're out of luck! He does not, he appears one time. doing the secret route you unlock by defeating the first route and then going back to replaying the first level and choosing to hero Archimedes. You only get to see him once. There's one scene in a secret route. He does not appear in his normal self once in this entire main story. You'll fight false versions of him, but you never see him you all but see him once, and then he flies off and you never hear from him again. And it's like, what? Gilgamesh, one of Hakuno's 4 servants, gets less screen time in this game than he does in Extella. And it's like, what? Who approved of this? Who approved of this? Why was this approved? I'm going to have to take a break real quick, guys, but this is more, so I guess this is going to be a 2-parter, but again, I'll go into more about my ranting in a bit. So yeah, see you guys in a bit, or at least, well, a bit in, like, I don't know, just, I'll be right back.